Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to today's live session. I'm very excited for the conversation that we are going to have today because finally, I want to address one of the big topics that's on the mind of everybody at this time, at this stage, because we've entered the month of June. And the month of June, for a lot of us, carries a very big reminder. And the reminder is, my God, it's already been 6 months. Where am I on the New Year's goals that I had once set? And while some of us reflect, while some of us disengage and escape, the truth is that thought, that feeling, where am I heading, becomes very prevalent in this month because it acts as a reminder of the fact that time is slipping by much faster than we think. And that begs the question, what's the difference between the people who just keep on waiting for something to happen but they never get anything versus the people who actually go out there, make an impact, make a change, and turn their lives around? For some people, even 6 years don't create the change, but for some people, even 6 days are enough. Is it really a question of time? Or is it about something else entirely? Well, that's the possibility I want to explore with you today in this discussion. So stick around, listen on, and I hope today gives you even more clarity on why you've been changing successfully, why you have not been changing successfully, if that's the case, and what you can do to actually ensure that change is simple, easy, and quick in your life, unlike the myth that it takes a long time and it's very, very hard. And that's true. The fact that change needs time, or change needs a lot of effort, or change needs a lot of hard work is just not true. Because we believe that, though, what happens is our perspective of looking at change becomes very negative. It seems as if it's something out of our reach, it's something that we cannot do, it's something that is reserved for the select few who have the skills, the ability, the talent, the time, all that stuff. But that's not the case. The reality is, change is accessible to all of us. Anytime we want, we can turn around our lives. Anytime we want, we can make better or worse decisions. But the simple fact I want you to recognize is, change is nothing but a series of decisions made consistently until the result changes. Now, sometimes the change happens in one fell swoop, one quick thing, and the change is done. But the other times, change can take some time. Change can take some effort. Change can take like a slow process, but it doesn't have to be slow. It happens one step at a time. That's all. But the most important thing I want you to understand is this idea: I'm not changing, or nothing is changing, or I'm stuck, is a false one, because every human being is constantly changing. Now, whether the direction of that change is good or bad, that's a different question that we're going to explore. But understand this crucial truth: changing your life is simple because change isn't something new that you have to do. It's something you're already used to. Every day is a change. Every sunrise and sunset is a change. Every time you sleep, you change your state. Every time you wake up, you change your state. Every time you're doing anything, you are constantly changing. So, first of all, it's very simple to change because we are all used to creating change. The problem is the kind of change we want to create that scares us. The kind of positive things we want, we don't believe in them so much. The kind of goals we want to achieve, we think, will it happen? Will it not happen? I'm too underconfident, and all those things, which actually becomes the blocker to real change. So, two important things here. One, we all can change because change is simple, because we are already changing every single day. And two, the reason you're not changing is not because you don't have the time, resources, or the change available. The simple reason is you're scared and afraid of the big change that's going to be created, that's going to be involved in whatever direction you may want to be taking. And that's why June feels like that hard month for a lot of us, because it's reminding us not of the fact that we cannot change, but of the fact that there are changes we are consciously deciding not to make. Like, if you think about it, for your health, how difficult is it really to work on it and to get results? It's not rocket science. It is pretty simple. Like, you eat well, you eat in control, you exercise more, and boom, your weight gets better, your body gets better, your health gets better. Depending on your goal, you can make better decisions. So, the problem is not that we don't know what to change or we don't know what to do. The problem is that we are not able to implement it. And the core of that problem, because of which change seems like something hard, complicated, and fuzzy, is our inherent belief that for any lasting change, for any big change, for any big, massive growth in life, there's a secret key that we don't know. There's a secret key that we are not aware of, that the select few people in the world have access to, and we just don't. But that's a good belief to have if you want to tell a false story to yourself. My simple lens is it empowering you or limiting you? Is it giving you power or making you powerless and giving a mystical external key you have no idea about, giving that key the power to control your life? It feels easier in the moment, but is it really the right thing to do? Well, I would say suit yourself. If you're comfortable with the way your life is, keep on believing that there's some key out there that's going to make me successful. But if you're ready to take the charge of your success in your own hands, I want you to recognize this important truth, that is the fundamental of any change, any growth, any progress. There is no one master secret key. That's it. There is none. It's the same principles you're aware of that I'm aware of, which, when implemented in the right way, actually create the kind of results we desire, the kind of results we need. And the simplest example I have of this is looking at the way big corporates have succeeded. Now, there are a few companies that have thrived on what you can say is secrecy, but there are very few of those companies. A lot of the companies, in fact, the most successful ones, are publicly listed on the stock markets of around the world. Now, those companies have a legal obligation. That obligation is that every single year, no matter what is happening, they will have to report their financial numbers to the institutions, to the governments. Every transaction, every big or small thing, down to the details, down to the decimals, is publicly stored, publicly available information. So essentially, all their financial conditions, all their business plans, all their strategies, they are out in the public. They are out there for the world to pick up on, for the world to copy, for the world to dissect, for the world to find a flaw, and all of that's there. And yet, the companies that thrive on secrecy remain limited. The companies that allow the public scrutiny as well, they continue to grow. Now, the difference there is the companies who are growing, the companies who are changing, are not afraid of the fact that it's all public, because they also know it's not a secret that is helping them. It is the simple fact that the first principles you use are the ones that create your success. Again, success is very simple. The reason a company becomes successful for 30 years straight and becomes a profitable machine which helps hundreds of thousands of people gain more employment, gain more clarity, gain more support, and just independence in life, all of that is not a result of a secret being followed. All of that is a result of simple first principles being implemented and getting them to succeed. Now, I'll give you a very simple example here of what I mean by this. Let's take the company Google as an example for a second, okay? Do you think search engines were not existing before Google came in? Or that it was a very foreign concept and Google was the revolutionary one to come up with an idea that would change the world completely? No. In fact, if you think about it, and I really want you to understand this one core thing, Google was not the first to enter into the market. Google began in 1998. By that time, Yahoo and a couple of other browsers were also there. So technically, the need was being fulfilled. Google was not bringing any new idea to the system. But you know what Google was doing differently? Google was leading from a purpose. Google was leading from simple business principles, and they were following simple strategies on the foundational level that actually got more people to Google. While other search engines and other companies prioritized, oh, new feature here, new feature there, Google knew before the new features, we need to create and incentivize the platform in such a way that people actually want to come to it. Now, if you think about it, that's such a simple idea, isn't it? Create something that people would want. How many of you have heard that being said by an entrepreneur in a video, or by a business school lecture, or by just any random book? Even children's books talk about this, that if you want to have a good friendship, it's give and take. Give them something they want, and they will also give you something. That's a beautiful way of reciprocation in a relationship. The same thing applies in a career, the same thing applies in a job. The very same principle applied to how Google succeeded. They believed if we can organize the world's information and give our users not the best features, but the best and the easiest experience of finding the information they need, automatically people are going to trust us. And if people trust us, we will grow as a company because we will have more data that then we can use to get more people to advertise on our platform. And that's how we make money. So if you think about it, Google's business model is not mind blowing as such. What Google has done effectively is this one thing. They have focused on these first principles of change, recognized that change is simple, recognized that it doesn't take a long time, and that all they have to do is focus on the idea of creating trust and creating reciprocation. So, in your life, if you think about it, the number one reason because of which you're probably stuck, you're not in front of me right now, but based on the cases I have done, I've handled in my coaching, hundreds of them, I can see the common pattern because of which I'm speculating here a bit. I want you to think about the biggest change you want to make, the goal you want to achieve, the career you want to have, the kind of money you want to make. I can bet you're waiting for that perfect, bold idea to show up and to tell you, oh, wow, Eureka, let's do this. That's not going to happen. Change doesn't work on ideas, change works on actions. And even if those actions are boring, even if those actions are challenging, even if those actions make you feel like, what am I even doing? As long as you're clear, as long as you can see till the end of the road, changing your life becomes easy. And that is why, for a lot of people, when it comes to personal improvement, right, and when it comes to coaching, they think, oh my God, okay, I'm going to just get a quick pill. That quick pill is going to help me. And with that quick pill, life is going to be sorted. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you. That is not what happens. It takes effort, it takes a bit of time, but it's not as long as you think either. All it requires is an acceptance of change. These are simple ideas that actually get you going. So, for you, for any idea you have, for anything you want to do because of which you're not able to change, or because of which changing your life seems hard, ask yourself this question. What are the simple, obvious questions, exercises, thinking processes that I am avoiding? And the closer you get to that understanding, the closer you get to that reality, the easier it gets for you to call yourself out on your own excuses and justifications, and to truly create the environment that your dreams deserve. See, we're already in the month of June. You can either spend the rest of the year just thinking about and planning and wondering and sitting around waiting for that perfect idea, or you can spend the rest of this year in execution mode, in action mode, in clarity mode. And if you're ready for that, I'm ready to help you as well to make the rest of this year the best year of your life. That's what I do in the 3 months of one to one coaching. It's intensive, it is high ticket, it is for an exclusive level of people. But the moment you sign up, the beautiful thing that's going to happen is I'm going to be there to help you over the next 3 months to not only understand this concept, but to dive deep into exactly what's holding you back so you can make the simple but profound and powerful changes to completely bring your life back on track and start not just thinking about your dreams again, but actually living your dream life in just the next 3 months. If you're interested for that, there's a link in the description box. Click on it, fill the form. I'll be in touch soon. And let's make this the best year of our lives. We have 6 months left, technically more than 6 months. So make the best of it. Make the best of this chance to be your best self. Invest in yourself. And I'll see you once again tomorrow at the same time. That is 8:30 p.m. IST. And if you're signing up for the coaching, the link is there. I'll talk to you soon on Zoom. Bye. See you soon.